Hey guys, so originally I was going to do a big production out of this video as a response to the video that I did back in 2011, the last time I saw Darn Gray, where the fan base raked me across the coals because I said I had a terrible time at that show, and I still stand by that. It was a bad show. The band had no energy, and they just sounded bad. The actual sound in the venue just wasn't very good. Now, I kind of figured that was a fluke, and fast forward to today, or yesterday I should say, because I'm doing this the day after. I was going to be doing this on my computer, but I'm having technical problems with it right now. I brought my camera down to the venue to do pre-show interviews with fans like I did last time, but I didn't realize it was a 5 o'clock show, and got there ridiculously late. And then I was going to do post-show interviews, but I was too tired, and that's because Darn Gray fucking rocked. This show was amazing. Now, real quick, because there was a little bit of a mindset going into this show. Like I said, first of all, I want to give them another chance. I always plan on going to this show, but yeah, I kind of need to get out of the house. I need a good night because I've been cooped up here in the house because I don't have a car anymore. And, yeah, I'm not really doing too much right now. So a couple of friends decided that they were going to tag along with me. I had a bunch of people from Virginia come up to hang out. And we all went to the show together. And the first band was, I like Birthday Massacre better, honestly. But then Darn Gray comes out and they really rocked it. I mean, right off of the bat, they had stage presence, which they didn't have last time I saw them. I mean, last time I saw them, they kind of came out like they just really didn't care, and they just wanted to get off of the stage as quickly as possible. But immediately, right from the onset, they were into this. They were into this, and they had fantastic showmanship. And then Kyo comes out. And this is the first time I saw Kyo in makeup in years, and he's wearing that the very common skull face makeup, with the teeth that go back like that, and it was cool. But the way he pulled it off, it was really kind of creepy. He had like a shroud over his head, like a really long shroud, and he draped over his head, and it just made it like he had this really kind of fucking scary presence about him. Right off of the bat, it was, like, he had incredible stage presence. Everybody else in the band was just rocking out. And we're really into it. The crowd was awesome. The crowd was really, really awesome, and added a lot to the show. Philadelphia is just always a great crowd. I'll admit, the first 3 quarters of the show, I actually, I was working, and I shouldn't have been working. I was trying to be there to have fun, but I was running around the venue, taking photos and trying to get them up on Facebook for you guys to see. And you guys seem to enjoy it. We got a lot of likes out of it. We got a lot of positive response for it. But I really should have been enjoying the show. And when they played Rengaku, that was just like, all right, I love this song. I'm going to stop for a bit. So I went to the back of the venue where there weren't too many people. Not the back of the venue, but like the back of the crowd. Like right where the crowd stops packing forward, and there's scattered people around. Kind of went back there and just kind of like danced and lip synced to the song because I fucking love Renkaku. That song's their best song in years. That song's great. And then they immediately followed it up with Different Sense. And immediately I was like, okay, where's a friend? Oh, okay, there we go. So I went over to my friend Karen. I'm like, here's my phone. Please hold on to this. Immediately jumped into the mosh pit and started wrecking people. And this is one of the things I love about mosh pits, especially in Philadelphia, is that there's a lot of brotherly love in mosh pits, no pun intended. But, you can wreck people, you can hurt them, you just thrash around until you can't stand up anymore. But every time, after you step out of it, they're going to give you a pat on the back. They're going to fun time. Everybody had a fun time. Hugs all around. Just a really good sense of camaraderie inside mosh pits. Now, every once in a while, you do get that asshole who takes things way too seriously and wants to start a fight. But that doesn't really happen at least I've seen it during Grey shows and the ones I've been to. And this one was, this pit was great. This pit was absolutely great. And like I said, different senses set me off. It just set me off, and the rest of the show, I wasn't taking photos anymore. I was done. I was invested in the show. But that encore just solidified the fucking show for me. Obscure, the final, and Hageshi Sisato, and oh my god, Obscure came on, and immediately I was just like, oh shit. And because it has that creepy intro, but as soon as it starts rocking out, Pit just goes crazy, and you're just wrecking people. And then the final. The final is one of my favorite Darren Gray songs of all time. One of my favorite J-Rock songs. One of my favorite songs of all time. And that wound up becoming Sing Along Night when they did the final, and everybody was just... Didn't matter if you didn't know Japanese. You know the words of the final. And Kyo even, I saw him smile. I saw this motherfucker smile. I've seen this guy 4 times in concert. I've never seen him smile. But when he held the mic over the crowd to sing the chorus, I saw that motherfucker crack a smile, and that was great. And you just get lost in the final because it's just one of those moments where the band is playing this song that you love so much, and you just you don't even really care that that you're this close to the band. You just want to feel the song, and it's just my eyes were closed. I was just singing along to it, just kind of dance thrashing back and forth, and then Hageshi Sato, best song that you could possibly end your set with, because I think I broke somebody's jaw during that song. In the pit, I just bounced off of somebody, and then I accidentally swung forward with not a closed fist, but an open fist, and knocked somebody right there. It was a really clean hit, right there, and he went down. And immediately I was just like, oh shit, you okay? I pulled him back up. And he's like, no, dude, that was awesome. And jumped right back in the pit. Both of us did. And, it was the show I needed because I needed to let out a lot of aggression. And that was a great environment to do it in, and a great safe way to do it. And it was just a great show. It was really, really fun. It completely redeemed them for the Philadelphia 2011 show, which, like I said, they just came out at that show and they didn't really seem invested in it. And on top of that, the house mix was, how they sounded was just really, really terrible, and that's not their fault. Whoever the sound engineer that night was their fault, but they sounded crisp and clear last night, and you always know it's a good show when they're testing that bass drum and you feel it right in your sternum, and I was getting hyped when I heard them testing that bass drum, and it's just unfortunate that I couldn't make the production out of this video that I wanted to. I went to the show with all these friends, and I wanted to do interviews with them afterwards, but as soon as I got out of that show, I was just like, I'm done. We'll do it when we get home. Friend took me home, and initially a couple of us were all supposed to meet at the house here. I bought 2 huge Sicilian pizzas for everybody because we got back here at 9 o'clock, because it was such an early show. The TLA booked 2 shows that night. First was Darn Gray, and then second was another one. Some of my friends stayed for the other show, and then originally we were all supposed to go back, but come back here to film this video. But some of my friends, immediately after the show, they bolted back to Virginia because it's a 6-hour drive. And then some of my other friends who stayed and watched the other show, I had to message them and say, look, I can't keep my eyes open. I just need to fall asleep. That show took a lot out of me, and so you just got me. But like I said, completely redeemed themselves after the 2011 show. This show last night was balls to the wall, amazing. And if you are even considering seeing them in, I think New York, Toronto, Chicago, and Los Angeles are coming up still, go do it. Go do it. I cannot stress enough. These guys are on their A game. I've seen them 4 times before. I've seen them in 2006, 2007, 2011, and now. This was their best show. This, hands down, was the best show I have ever seen them perform. And I can't stress it enough. If you have the opportunity to, if you're even considering it, go see Dir en Grey. Do it.